God says, "My child, listen to me carefully, for today I am pulling the curtain away from something that has been hidden from your eyes for far too long. You have been feeling a heaviness in your spirit, an uneasiness in your heart, a sudden shift in your soulmate's energy that you could not explain. You tried ignoring it. You tried convincing yourself it was nothing. But your soul knew, your intuition whispered, something was not right. And now I am here to reveal the truth, my child. I am here to expose the one who has been moving in the shadows. There is someone close to your soulmate, very close, someone who smiles in front of people, someone who pretends to be trustworthy, someone who acts like a friend or a supporter. But behind closed doors, this same person has crossed a sinful boundary with your soulmate. They have allowed temptation to control them. They have allowed desire to overpower morals. They have allowed jealousy and hidden intentions to blind their conscience. My child, there has been a sinful affair taking place behind your back, an affair that has been secretly draining your soulmate's energy and poisoning their clarity. It did not begin loudly or dramatically. It began quietly, slowly, subtly, with conversations that should never have happened, with looks that should have been avoided, with moments your soulmate should have walked away from. But they were weak, confused, emotionally vulnerable. Their heart was scattered. Their mind was overwhelmed. And in that state, the wrong person stepped in, someone who should have protected them, not touched them, someone who should have respected boundaries, not crossed them, someone who saw your soulmate's weakness and used it for their own selfish desires. My child, this affair was not just physical. It was emotional. It was spiritual. It was built on secrets, lies, and hidden intentions. And the person involved with your soulmate was not doing this out of love, they were doing this out of jealousy, possession, and an attempt to break the connection destiny wrote between you and your soulmate. This person knew about you. They knew how much your soulmate cared for you. They knew the depth of the bond you both shared. And instead of respecting it, they envied it. They wanted what you have. They wanted what belongs to you. They wanted to pull your soulmate into a place of confusion so they could have control. Your soulmate fell into a trap they never saw coming. They were blinded by emotional weakness. They did not know they were being manipulated. They did not realize that someone close to them was using affection as a weapon. But my child, do not fear. Do not feel small. Do not think this sinful affair has defeated you. Because it hasn't. It cannot. It never will. I have been watching every step. I have been observing every hidden conversation, every lie told, every moment of temptation. And now the time has come for me to expose everything. Your soulmate has already started feeling the consequences. They cannot sleep properly. Their heart feels heavy. Their spirit feels guilty. They feel torn between their truth and their sin. The person who seduced them believes they have won, but they have no idea that heaven is already shifting everything in your favor. I am beginning to disturb the comfort of their secret. I am beginning to unravel their lies. I am beginning to remove the veil that has been placed over your soulmate's eyes. My child, you are not weak. You are chosen. You are protected. And you are the one destiny selected for your soulmate, not the one who entered their life with hidden motives. This truth I reveal today marks the beginning of exposure. What has been done in darkness will be brought to light. What has been hidden will be revealed. What has been manipulated will be undone. And nothing, nothing, will be able to hide from my divine sight anymore. The truth, my child, did not begin in a single moment. It did not happen suddenly. It grew quietly, like a seed planted in darkness. This sinful affair began when your soulmate was carrying emotional wounds they never spoke about. They were struggling with confusion, doubts, fears, insecurities. They felt lost, misunderstood, and unbalanced. And instead of healing, they looked for temporary comfort in the wrong direction. The one who betrayed your trust knew exactly when to strike. They stepped forward when your soulmate was weak. They spoke kindly when your soulmate was sad. They offered attention when your soulmate felt ignored. They pretended to care when your soulmate was hurting. But my child, their intentions were never pure. They only wanted to pull your soulmate away from their destiny, away from you. It started with conversations that seemed innocent. Comforting words. Late-night talks. Secrets shared in moments of weakness. Messages your soulmate never told you about. At first, your soulmate did not realize they were falling into a trap. They thought it was just a harmless connection, a distraction, a friend helping them cope. But the other person had a plan rooted in jealousy, desire, and the need to feel superior. This person could not stand the bond you had with your soulmate. They watched how your soulmate looked at you, how deeply they felt for you, and it sparked envy inside them. They began creating small distances between you and your soulmate without you even noticing. They whispered negative thoughts. They created misunderstandings. They subtly poisoned your soulmate's mind with doubts and fears. They told them things like, "You deserve someone who understands you better, you should be with someone who is here for you right now. You don't owe anyone an explanation." Every word was a thread pulling your soulmate away from the connection that was meant to be a blessing for them. And slowly, slowly, this person stepped closer, inch by inch, until the boundary crossed itself. Your soulmate did not intend to betray you, my child. They did not wake up wanting to sin. They were emotionally fragile, spiritually tired, and mentally overwhelmed. They were searching for comfort in the wrong place. And the person who betrayed them used every moment, every tear, every weakness your soulmate had to lure them deeper into the affair. Messages became hidden. Calls were deleted. Plans were made without you knowing. Lies were told to protect what was sinful. Your soulmate started feeling the guilt early on. There were nights they couldn't look at themselves in the mirror. There were days they avoided talking to you because they felt unworthy of your love. There were moments they wanted to walk away from that person but lacked the strength. Their heart knew they were sinning. Their spirit knew they were falling. Their soul whispered your name even when they were with the wrong person. But guilt alone cannot break a trap. Divine intervention was needed. That is why I, your God, began moving in silence. I began exposing small cracks in their lies. I began revealing small hints to your intuition. I began disturbing the comfort of their secret meetings. I began making your soulmate feel restless around that person. Nothing remains hidden forever, my child. Not betrayal. Not sin. Not lies. Not intentions rooted in darkness. And this affair, this sinful bond, is now reaching a point where it can no longer stay in the shadows. Your soulmate is starting to realize that the person they trusted was never a blessing but a temptation sent to destroy their destiny. Their heart is becoming heavy. Their guilt is becoming unbearable. Their connection to that person is weakening every day. And the truth is preparing to rise to the surface. As the days passed, my child, the affair did not simply continue, it began to consume your soulmate's inner world. What started as emotional weakness slowly turned into a chain they could not easily break. The person who had crossed the line with them became more demanding, more possessive, more controlling. What once felt like comfort now felt like pressure, but your soulmate was already tangled too deeply to walk away without consequences. Your soulmate felt trapped in two worlds, one world where they knew you were their destiny, and another world where temptation held them by their wounds. The person close to them took full advantage of this vulnerability. They began feeding your soulmate's fears. They made your soulmate believe that you were too distant, too strong, too stable for them. They created a false reality where they painted themselves as the only one who understood your soulmate's pain. But it was all manipulation, my child, manipulation wrapped in affection. This person didn't want to love your soulmate, they wanted to own them. They wanted to control their emotions. They wanted to dominate their heart. They wanted to steal the destiny written for you. Your soulmate began noticing the red flags, but they were scared to admit it. They felt guilt every time they saw your name. They felt their heart twist painfully every time they remembered your smile. They felt shame every time they realized how far they had fallen into something they never wanted. And yet, they kept returning to that person out of fear, out of pressure, out of confusion. But guilt became louder. Their conscience became sharper. Their soul began crying for you. There were nights when your soulmate lay awake staring at the ceiling, unable to sleep because the weight of betrayal pressed down on their chest like a stone. They thought about you, about how you always gave them love, hope, support, patience. They thought about the kindness in your eyes, the sincerity in your heart. They wondered how they could fall into something so dark when someone so pure loved them. The person they were having the affair with sensed this shift, and they grew desperate. They noticed your soulmate pulling away emotionally. They noticed the guilt growing stronger. They noticed your spirit still touching your soulmate's heart. And desperation made them dangerous. They began guilt-tripping your soulmate. They began playing the victim. They began twisting stories to keep your soulmate emotionally tied to them. They began threatening to expose things if your soulmate walked away. They said things like, "You can't leave me now. What will people say? I gave you everything. You owe me your time." These were not the words of love. They were the words of control. Your soulmate felt suffocated. Their heart wasn't theirs anymore. Their mind wasn't calm anymore. Their spirit wasn't peaceful anymore. Every touch from that person felt wrong. Every conversation felt heavy. Every secret felt like a weight dragging their soul down. And through all of this, your soulmate kept thinking about you. You were the one they truly wanted. You were the one their heart called out for. You were the one whose energy still gave them comfort. But they felt unworthy. They felt stained by their own mistakes. They felt like you deserved someone better. The person involved in the affair sensed this and panicked. Because they knew, if your soulmate's spirit returned to you, the affair would collapse instantly. So they tried to hold tighter. They tried to pull your soulmate deeper. They tried to poison their thoughts even more. But what they didn't know, my child, is that guilt transforms into awakening when heaven steps in. Your soulmate's suffering was not punishment, it was clarity. The more their conscience burned, the more they saw that what they were doing was wrong. The more they missed your presence, the more they realized how deeply they belonged to you. And the divine world began stirring their spirit. Their dreams grew disturbing. Their peace disappeared. Their emotions became chaotic. Because I, your God, was preparing to break the affair open. I was preparing to reveal the truth. I was preparing to push your soulmate toward repentance and away from the darkness that seduced them. The affair was deepening, yes. But your soulmate's dawning regret was deeper. Their heart is shifting. Their spirit is waking up. Their guilt is turning into spiritual awakening. And the one who seduced them will soon lose control completely. My child. As this truth continues to unfold before you, something inside you is beginning to awaken. It is not just the shock of betrayal anymore, not just the pain of knowing that someone close to your soulmate has stepped into a forbidden place. It is the understanding that you were never blind, you were never foolish, and you were never weak. You have always felt something shifting in the air, something changing behind the scenes. And now the veil is being lifted, piece by piece. Because the one who has been carrying this sinful affair, the one who has been whispering lies, pretending innocence, pretending loyalty, they are starting to lose control. The darkness they created is now surrounding them. The guilt they tried to hide is becoming louder. And the more they try to hold this secret inside, the more it begins to crush them. Your soulmate, my child, they are beginning to sense it too. There is a strange heaviness in their heart today. They don't know why they feel restless. They don't know why they suddenly feel disgust towards someone they once trusted. They don't know why simple conversations feel uncomfortable, or why certain gestures suddenly look suspicious. But their spirit knows. Their intuition is waking up. And truth, no matter how deeply hidden, never sleeps forever. This person who stepped into a sinful affair with your soulmate, they are terrified now. Terrified that the truth is reaching your ears. Terrified that their name is about to be spoken. Terrified that karma has finally walked into their life to collect what is due. They thought they could manipulate your soulmate forever. They thought they could enjoy secret moments without consequences. They thought they could eventually replace you. But they forgot something important: divine justice waits for the perfect moment. And that moment is almost here. Your soulmate, my child, is beginning to question everything. They are replaying conversations in their mind. They are remembering moments when this person came too close, spoke too sweetly, acted too familiar. They are remembering the mixed signals, the strange advice, the sudden emotional influence. And something inside them whispers, "This is wrong, something is very wrong." Your soulmate may not know the entire truth yet, but they are stepping toward it, even without realizing. Every lie this person told is becoming heavier. Every secret meeting is becoming a burden. Every wrong touch, every sinful intention, every hidden motive, all of it is now burning their conscience. Because when the divine begins exposing a sinner, their own actions reveal them piece by piece. My child, you must understand this: you were never in danger of losing your soulmate to this person. What was happening was not love. It was temptation. It was manipulation. It was a spiritual trap designed to weaken your soulmate when they were emotionally vulnerable. This person never loved your soulmate, they loved the attention, the thrill, the power. They loved the idea of taking something that wasn't theirs. But the divine has stepped in now. A wall is rising between your soulmate and this sinful individual. A separation is forming. Their bond is becoming weak, unstable, and filled with tension. Already there are misunderstandings. Already there are disagreements. Already there is discomfort. The energy between them is breaking apart because sinful connections cannot survive divine light. Your soulmate is starting to see your worth again. They feel your absence in their heart. They feel the emptiness that this other person cannot fill. They feel the difference between real love and temptation. They feel the ache of losing your presence, your voice, your guidance, your purity. And that ache is pulling them back toward you. My child, listen to this carefully. The one who betrayed your soulmate, the one who entered this sinful affair, they are now afraid of you. They don't even know why. They just feel something heavy, something spiritual, something powerful. They feel that their name is reaching your ears. They feel that their hidden actions are being brought into the light. They feel that your soulmate is turning cold toward them. And they feel that they are losing control. They know the end is coming. This is why the divine wants you to stay calm now. Don't retaliate. Don't react. Don't chase the truth. It is already chasing you. You do not need to expose anything. The divine is exposing everything on your behalf. You do not need to confront anyone. Their own guilt is already burning them. Your soulmate is standing at a spiritual crossroad right now. And they are gravitating toward you. Their heart is remembering the truth of who you are. Their soul is remembering the bond you shared. And soon they will see clearly that the person who tempted them was only a shadow, while you have always been the light. Stay steady, my child. The exposure has begun, and nothing can stop what is coming next. My child, as the final layers of truth rise to the surface, something powerful is unfolding around you. The air itself feels different now. The energy surrounding your soulmate is shifting, and the darkness that once clouded their judgment is now dissolving piece by piece. The person who stepped into this sinful affair, they are losing their grip faster than they ever imagined. Because when the divine decides to expose a secret, no human effort can hide it anymore. Your soulmate is waking up from a kind of spiritual fog. For weeks, they were confused, pulled toward wrong influences, tempted by someone who carried sweet words but bitter intentions. This person acted like a friend, behaved like a well-wisher, but behind every gesture was a hidden motive. They wanted to steal your place. They wanted to enjoy the attention your soulmate once gave to you. They wanted to create distance between you and the one meant for your heart. But now, that illusion is breaking. Your soulmate can feel something uncomfortable whenever they speak to this person. The warmth they once felt has turned into coldness. The fascination they once had is fading away. Moments that once felt tempting now feel irritating. Words that once sounded comforting now sound manipulative. Their soul is tired of lies, tired of secrets, tired of pretending everything is normal. What your soulmate doesn't realize yet is that this sudden change is not random, it is divine intervention. The universe is pushing them away from danger. The divine is protecting their heart from deeper harm. The truth that was hidden is now whispering loud enough for their spirit to hear. And your soulmate is starting to feel ashamed, not of loving you, but of straying, even emotionally, toward the wrong person. They are remembering you in quiet moments. They are thinking about the peace your presence brought into their life. They are realizing that no matter how many people surround them, no one understands their soul the way you do. No one listens like you. No one loves like you. No one stands with the same sincerity, purity, and devotion. Your absence is finally teaching them what your presence meant. Meanwhile, the one who sinned with them, my child, this person is unraveling. They are anxious. They are restless. They are scared. Their actions are catching up to them. Their lies are slipping from their tongue. Their confidence is cracking. Their face cannot hide the fear anymore. They feel something divine working against their plans. Because when someone tries to break a sacred connection, even secretly, they do not escape the consequences. This person knows they are about to lose everything they tried to control. They can feel your soulmate pulling away. They can feel the attention shifting back to you. They can feel the divine anger surrounding them. They keep checking their phone, fearing a message from your soulmate. They keep replaying their mistakes, fearing exposure. They keep walking around with heavy guilt, fearing that their name will soon come out of someone's mouth. And yes, my child, their name will be spoken. The divine does not uncover a sinner halfway. When exposure begins, it continues until the truth becomes impossible to deny. Your soulmate is reaching a breaking point. Not a point of destruction, but a point of realization. The final truth is forming in their mind. They are noticing how differently this person behaves when caught off guard. They are noticing the jealousy, the desperation, the emotional manipulation. They are noticing that their life felt more peaceful before this person stepped into the picture. And soon, very soon, they will confront the truth. They will see that the person who pretended to be close was actually the one working against their peace. They will see that this was not an affair of love, it was an affair of temptation and weakness. They will understand that this connection was built on lies, not emotions. And the shame they feel will lead them straight back to you. My child, prepare your heart. Not for pain, but for restoration. Because your soulmate is about to return with a different energy. They will come with honesty instead of pride. They will come with apologies instead of excuses. They will come with truth instead of secrets. They will come because the bond between you is spiritual, not physical. And spiritual connections do not break, they bend, they struggle, they get tested, but they always find their way back. The divine is removing the sinner from the story. You do not need to fight. You do not need to chase. You do not need to expose anyone. The universe is doing the work for you. Your soulmate is walking toward clarity now, and clarity is leading them back to you. My child, as this story continues, something powerful is happening within your soulmate, something they never expected, something they are not prepared to face. The affair that once distracted them, the person who once tempted them, none of it holds the same power anymore. Instead, a new force rises inside them. Guilt mixed with awakening, regret mixed with longing, shame mixed with love. Your soulmate is changing from the inside out. The transformation is not loud. It is not visible to the world. It is not something they speak about. But inside their chest, their heart is going through a storm that only heaven can understand. There are moments now when they sit alone, and your face comes into their mind without warning. They don't try to stop it. They don't try to ignore it. They simply sit there, staring at nothing, as memories of you float around them like ghosts they cannot escape. And each memory carries weight. Each memory carries truth. Each memory carries pain. Not because you hurt them, but because they hurt you, even if silently. Your soulmate never intended to betray you emotionally. They stumbled. They slipped. They gave their weakness to the wrong person. And now that the illusion is breaking, they see everything clearly. They are beginning to realize how shallow that affair really was. How empty those conversations truly felt. How forced the emotions were. How artificial the connection always was. It wasn't love, my child. It was escape. It was distraction. It was confusion. It was loneliness pretending to be affection. But with you, everything was real. Every moment. Every feeling. Every silence. Every smile. Every touch of energy. You were the truth they ran away from. And now the truth is chasing them back. There are nights when they cannot sleep, not because of desire, not because of temptation, but because guilt sits on their chest like a heavy stone. They turn from side to side. They inhale deeply. They press their palms to their eyes. They whisper to themselves, "What am I doing? Why did I let things go this far?" And then your name slips through their mind like a soft, painful echo. Your soulmate feels ashamed, not because they fear being exposed, but because they know they disrespected something sacred, you. They are beginning to understand the difference between temporary comfort and divine connection. And, my child, their soul is choosing you. Even if their mind still hesitates, even if their environment still confuses them, their heart has already started shifting back toward your energy. Their guilt is not destroying them, it is cleansing them. It is burning the illusions away. It is waking them up. And this awakening is painful. Sometimes, while they are standing in a crowded place, they suddenly feel like they cannot breathe. The guilt rushes through them. They remember your kindness, your loyalty, your faithfulness, your purity, and they feel unworthy of you. They feel small in comparison to your strength. They feel flawed in comparison to your patience. But these feelings are not meant to break them. They are meant to purify them. Your soulmate is going through a spiritual detox, my child. Their spirit is rejecting the connection with that other person. Their soul is cleansing itself of the attachment it should never have formed. Their inner world is dissolving every lie they believed. And through this detox, your soulmate is awakening to the truth: they belong to you. They always did. They just lost their way. There are moments when they hold their phone and hover their finger over your name, wanting to message you. Wanting to call you, wanting to hear your voice. But fear stops them. What if you're angry? What if you're disappointed? What if you've moved on? What if they don't deserve forgiveness? These thoughts chase them like shadows, making them hesitate. They want to reach out, but guilt chains their hands. Your soulmate's heart is softening, melting, kneeling in front of the truth they tried to avoid. They are beginning to see your value in a way they never saw before. They are beginning to understand how deeply you loved them. They are beginning to feel the power of the emotional bond you shared. The other person cannot provide this. The other person cannot replace you. The other person cannot give them peace. Only you can. Only you ever did. My child, your soulmate is remembering everything now: your kindness, your patience, your sacrifices, your love, your loyalty, your presence. They remember how you always stood by them even when they didn't deserve it. They remember how you forgave them for mistakes you didn't even know they were making. They remember how you never judged them even when they judged themselves. And now, the guilt feels like a knife. But guilt is not the enemy. Guilt is the messenger. Guilt is the turning point. Guilt is the beginning of transformation. Your soulmate has moments of emotional breakdown now. Sometimes their heart races. Sometimes their throat tightens. Sometimes their eyes fill with tears they hide from the world. Sometimes they whisper apologies into the air even though you can't hear them yet. They feel you slipping away. They feel your energy becoming quiet. They feel your soul withdrawing. And this terrifies them. They never wanted to lose you, my child. They were simply weak. They simply fell into a moment of emotional need. They simply didn't realize how powerful their bond with you was until they damaged it. Now they regret every step they took toward that other person. Now they regret every conversation. Now they regret every moment they gave to someone who didn't deserve a second of their time. But regret is shaping them. Regret is healing them. Regret is showing them the truth. Your soulmate is awakening. Not a small awakening. Not a shallow awakening. But a spiritual awakening that is shaking their soul. Their dreams are changing. Their intuition is changing. Their desires are changing. They no longer crave attention. They crave honesty. They crave peace. They crave connection. They crave you. When they close their eyes, your face appears. When they open their heart, your energy enters. When they breathe deeply, your soul touches theirs. Your soulmate is missing you so deeply that it hurts them physically at times. They feel a pull toward you that is stronger than ever before. They feel a longing that words cannot express. They feel a craving for your presence they cannot suppress. Even the person they were involved with has noticed this. They can sense the change. They can sense the emotional distance. They can sense the heartbeat that is no longer beating for them. But your soulmate doesn't care about their feelings anymore. They are busy dealing with their own truth, the truth that their heart still belongs to you. My child, this transformation is only the beginning. Your soulmate's guilt will soon turn into action. Their regret will soon turn into confession. Their awakening will soon turn into a decision. And their longing will soon bring them back to you. This is not the end. This is the turning point. My child. As the story enters its final chapter, heaven is stepping forward with a force that cannot be resisted. Every hidden lie, every secret conversation, every wrongdoing that was buried in silence, all of it is rising like smoke from a burning fire. The time of exposure has arrived. The time of truth has come. The time of justice is here. Your soulmate has been restless for days, unable to sleep, unable to think straight. Their thoughts have been tangled, their heart has been heavy, their spirit has been trembling under the weight of their guilt. They knew something was coming, something big, something unavoidable, something that would change everything. And now the moment has arrived. It begins quietly, not with a loud argument, not with a dramatic confrontation, but with a sudden shift in energy. My child, when the divine moves, it doesn't need noise. Truth appears even in silence. Your soulmate wakes up feeling uneasy. Their heart beats strangely. Their mind feels alert. Their intuition whispers, today something will break. They don't know what, but their soul feels it. Meanwhile, the person they were involved with, the one who manipulated them, seduced them, lied to them, and tried to steal your place, feels the opposite energy. Fear. Nervousness. Anxiety. They sense danger coming. They sense their lies slipping. They sense the divine closing in on their shadowed actions. Because you cannot hide from heaven, my child. Not even in darkness. This person tries to act normal, but their voice shakes. They try to smile, but guilt cracks their expression. They try to control things, but nothing works. Their phone keeps buzzing. Notifications pop up. People are talking. Rumors are shaking the walls around them. Someone has seen something. Someone has heard something. Someone has spoken something. It begins with one small leak, a screenshot of messages, a suspicious photo, a late-night call overheard by the wrong person, a friend of a friend asking, "What is going on between you two?" And suddenly the truth starts spilling. Whispers become conversations. Conversations become questions. Questions become accusations. Accusations become reality. Your soulmate feels their entire world spinning. At first, they panic. Their hands shake. Their breathing grows shallow. Their mind becomes blurry. They never wanted it to reach this point. They never wanted the affair to become public. They never wanted to hurt you, my child. They were confused, vulnerable, emotionally weak. But the divine doesn't wait for permission to expose. Truth comes when truth is needed. The person involved in the affair tries to defend themselves. They try to twist the story. They try to blame your soulmate. They try to shift responsibility. But guilt betrays them. Fear exposes them. Their own lies collapse in front of everyone. The more they speak, the more they reveal. Your soulmate watches in horror, not only at what is being exposed, but at how this person tries to drag them deeper into the mess. They feel sick. They feel trapped. They feel ashamed. They feel disgusted with themselves. At this moment, they finally see the truth with complete clarity. This person never cared for them. Never loved them. Never respected them. Never protected them. This person was only using them. Using their vulnerability. Using their loneliness. Using their pain. Your soulmate realizes, I destroyed something pure for someone who never cared for me. The weight of this realization hits them so hard that they have to sit down. Their eyes fill with tears they can no longer control. Their chest tightens. Their stomach twists. Guilt swallows them whole. They whisper your name, softly, brokenly, like a prayer begging for forgiveness. Why did I do this? Why did I hurt the one who truly loved me? Why did I fall for lies when I had real love? Why did I choose darkness over light? My child, their heart collapses under the truth. Their spirit breaks open. Their soul cries out for mercy. And this is when heaven steps in. Within minutes, everything becomes clear. Every secret conversation. Every hidden meeting. Every emotional betrayal. Every manipulative move by the other person. All of it, exposed. The wrongdoer tries to fight back. They try to twist the narrative. They try to attack your character indirectly. They try to save their pride. But divine justice is not blind. It is perfect. This person's lies trip over each other. Their excuses fall apart. People stop believing them. People turn against them. Their face burns with humiliation. Their voice cracks with panic. Their confidence disappears. Their aura collapses. They are falling, my child. Falling fast. Falling publicly. Falling painfully. That is the karma of those who target a chosen one's soulmate. Meanwhile, your soulmate feels like they are drowning. Their heart shakes. Their body feels weak. Their eyes fill with tears. They don't just feel guilty, they feel terrified of losing you forever. And then, something inside them awakens. A realization. A decision. A moment of divine clarity. They understand that the only person who ever truly loved them, the only person who ever cared for them, the only person who ever protected their soul, was you. They stand up. Their hands tremble. Their breathing shakes. But they know what they must do. They leave the chaos behind. They walk away from the sinner. They ignore calls, messages, shouts. They block the wrongdoing energy. Their feet move with urgency. Their soul pulls them toward you. Their heart screams your name. Their spirit rushes forward. They run to you, my child, not because they need rescue, but because they need redemption. When they finally reach you, they break down completely. Tears fall uncontrollably. Words stumble from their lips. Their voice cracks with pain. Their hands shake as they reach for you. They confess everything. Not to hurt you, but to free their soul. To free themselves from what they have done. They say your name with trembling lips. They apologize with a heart full of regret. They cry in front of you because the guilt is too heavy. They beg you to listen because they fear losing you forever. My heart belongs only to you. I was weak. I was confused. I was broken. I made a mistake I will regret my entire life. Please forgive me, please give me one chance, please don't leave me. Their tears fall like rain. Their voice becomes small like a child. Their entire being collapses into your presence. Because their soul knows who you are. Their soul knows where home is. Their soul knows which love is divine and which was a lie. Your presence softens their spirit. Your energy calms their shaking heart. Your silence heals what their tears cannot express. My child, this is not manipulation. This is genuine remorse. A wounded soul realizing its truth. A lost heart returning to the one place it always belonged. And heaven blesses this moment. The divine wraps both of you in protection. The universe clears the path. The connection strengthens like never before. Because this reunion is not accidental, it is spiritual. It is destiny. It is written. Your soulmate holds your hands tightly. They promise honesty. They promise transparency. They promise loyalty. They promise to rebuild what they broke. And for the first time in a long time, their heart feels peaceful. Your heart feels lighter. Your souls feel aligned. The darkness that tried to destroy this connection is gone. The person who caused the affair is exposed. Truth has won. Love has survived. Destiny stands unshaken. This is your final chapter, my child, not an ending, but a beginning. A new start built on truth. A deeper bond formed through pain. A stronger connection protected by God Himself. Your soulmate is yours. Your connection is divine. Your future is blessed. And no shadow, no person, no temptation will ever break what heaven has restored. This is the end of the story, but the beginning of your destiny together.